Nobody is immune to the trials and tribulations of life.
You're not up, you're fucking down. And if you're down, I'm here to pick you up.
I don't care what it is. If you survived it, you standing there talking about it, it's cash money.
Never let your emotions supersede your intelligence.
Don't be blind to no situation that's in your face. If you feel like your gut feeling is this, go with it.
The ship does not sink because of the water around. The ship will sink because of the water that gets in. So for me, I don't allow the water that's outside to get in my ship and sink it.
I can't help that these motherfuckers is soft.
Having purpose. I know what my purpose is. And when you're in your purpose, if anything fall on you, then it fall on you. At least you know you were where you were supposed to be.
And with that, I said, move on. Get your life together. Get your life together. Get your life together.
Not there yet. When you get there, you're gonna know when you got there. But you cannot get comfortable.
The greatest thing you could do is listen while you winning. We get that paper, motherfuckers throw the drip on, they got the money, they got all the chicks going crazy, everybody screaming their name, and they go deaf. Nothing can penetrate you.
I just tell myself it's okay to not be okay, as long as the goal is to get out that stage, get out that box, get out that space. That's how I fight with my demons.
It's another me mentally that everybody don't experience.
They ain't got no self-esteem, and then they come being mad at me because I got self-esteem, I'm confident, I'm strong. They're just gonna have to deal with it, and if they don't want to deal with me, block me.
I'm dolo, and I'm good with that.
Don't fuck with
I've been very resourceful.
See, I'm not one of them niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the brightest candle on the cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
Oh, mic check, mic check. My mic plugged in. Oh, yeah. Hard to tell. Let me check. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Mic check. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, you can hear me? That's all that matters, y'all.
Your future hasn't been written yet. No one can. Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one.
Right now, I'm having problems with the headset playing the audio. I don't know why it's not playing the audio, but it's kind of throwing me off.
Father.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna be.
Bitch on the ride of my day like a Mustang. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I sent my baby to bring it right round. See ya.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet?
Hi there.
Hi.
Welcome.
You've changed. I mean, we see there's a new hole in the ground here, right?
Yeah, this is when you'll probably pull off that video and show the hillside last year. It was just like a hill. You asked me, so what do you want to do with this? I said, well, I want to turn it into a hobbit village. The structure that I'm going to show you in here, it's 42 feet basically. This is how far it comes back, right to here. And then I'm going to be building 4 hobbit houses, north, east, south, west, around that hill over there. Okay. So there'll be one facing kind of like each direction. This is going to be the biggest one right here. And then you'll be able to go from this structure right here, you'll be able to go from this structure to that one.
So it's going to be connected like a whole tunnel, hobbit tunnel.
Yeah. The big thing is I wanted to create a hobbit type underground structure. You can call it a hobbit safe house. You could do it as a mother-in-law suite. But what my goal was to be able to create a structure more affordable and easier to build for people. I thought a lot about this because I did the Quonset hut so much.
Now you see that we're underground inside a Quonset hut.
Exactly. I got all the bedrooms. The Quonset hut's a little bit, it seems easy, and it kind of is, but you're at the mercy of the people that supply the Quonset huts. Then you got to learn how to put them up. And you know they're high and all this stuff, and they're kind of scary because we put them up numerous times. But for the average person, I mean, even us as construction guys, it takes a good couple times to really get the feel. But the big key was, I thought, how could I make an easier structure? Because really the Quonset hut and this structure is just a form that you're going to spray on, right?
Okay.
You can see how I created the structure. It's literally the easiest thing you could imagine. These hoops that I made, these arches, I had these fabricated out of a 24-foot long piece of galvanized pipe. The size that comes out of a 24-foot with a full arch is actually 12 feet wide is what you get. So that determined everything for me because I want to have it fairly high. So this is almost 9 feet tall in here. But literally when I poured this concrete that day, I went and picked up these hoops that I'd had this company bend them for me. These are the arches. These are the arches. I got 21 of these. They are 9 feet tall. Because I'm doing something that I've never done and I haven't seen anybody do, I had to really, really think it over. This is the receiving post. These are going to go 2 foot on center into the concrete. These got to be level. We're trying to make a fairly straight wall. And while you're pouring the concrete, you set all those posts in there exactly 2 foot on center. We're in the time tunnel. And then those posts are here. So when you bring these big hoops over here, you're just basically dropping them right onto those receiving posts. And you're going like that and dropping them on. And like a kid could do it. Me and Michael put them in 1 hour. And then we had a big skeleton basically at that point. We just put these all on in 1 hour. It worked out perfect. These are all sitting on 2 foot centers. And now we're going to screw metal roofing on top of this whole system. So we're just laying these panels on and screwing them on. We'll go all the way around. It's going really easy. Like a half an hour only. We got these 3 panels on. Maybe 45 minutes to get all these 4 panels on. We're going to work our way up, go over and play with it. And then it took us another 6 hours to screw this metal roofing on.
So you were trying to come up with probably the first prefab system for underground houses.
Yeah. If people want this structure, they'll get my video program. It'll come with engineered drawings of a structure. I'll send you 21 of these hoops, and then I'll help the person source out the roofing supply where I get the roofing. It's nationwide. And you'll know exactly what to do, and you'll have every step, all 10 steps on how to do this yourself. So far, me and Michael have 10 hours of labor in this structure. Basically 10 hours assembling this structure.
So we got all this completed.
And it's not that scary because the really hard tasks involved in here are, for instance, the concrete. I had to hire that out myself. The spray foam, you hire that out by any insulation company does that. See, now that was like day 4, really. Day 4 spray foaming everything. This is the fascia. So this is kind of like a retaining wall. We'll end up shotcreting all underneath here. I also had to hire out the shotcrete, for example. That had to been done by a shotcrete company. It's happening today. 4 hours of shotcrete will be done. Those are the only 3 scary parts that people don't know how to do. They don't need to know how to do that. You hire the professionals. And my idea is to get people to be their own contractor. They don't have to hire a contractor, which it ends up costing them double.
Shotcrete is concrete with...
Yeah, it's just blowing through a pump, just shooting it out there. Now in that, we have that helix steel mixed in there. So now that's a rebar replacement. The rebar replacement is very important that people realize it's not an additive to the concrete to make it stronger. It literally replaces rebar.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. We trying to get innovative around here. You know what I mean? Like, shit gotta like, gotta start working with the earth, moving with the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I be thinking about stuff like that. I be thinking about a lot. Smoke a lot.
Now, how do I know that he is not a Turning Point USA employee and he is not a UVU or Turning Point USA student? Well, because despite him stopping a college kid from speaking about what he heard, that young man, whose name is Cooper, and I'm very comfortable telling you this because, well, he went on Fox News that very night to provide eyewitness testimony to exactly what he heard and what he saw, because apparently he was the person that was holding the mic when the shot rang out. Take a listen to what he told Jesse Waters on the night of.
Cooper Brown was an event volunteer who was just feet away from Charlie when he got shot. Cooper, what happened?
Yeah, so this requires a little bit of background knowledge, but so I work for an organization called Leadership Institute, and what we do is we work hand in hand with all the different conservative coalition groups on college campuses. So the Young Americans for Liberty, the Students for Life, and the Turning Point USAs. And so at Utah Valley, we had been really, really excited to be able to host Charlie Kirk this semester. And we had spent weeks and weeks and weeks getting volunteers, advertising for this event, and just so excited to be able to host Charlie Kirk at this university. And then unfortunately it had to end in absolute tragedy.
Said I can bullshit on this guy. Wait, what? Huh? I can bullshit on this guy. Okay. It had a pressing suit for ready for to go. Yeah. That's the thing. I'm still on par with what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing looks set up. It wasn't as clean as they supposedly had it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the blood was clean because obviously nobody else got it on them, which is weird. But you know, it's for a real world we live in. A lot of fake shit happens.
Okay, I need you guys locked in because things are becoming increasingly interesting. Okay, yesterday, the FBI made a rather curious announcement. They announced that they were going to cut ties with the ADL, right? You know what the ADL is, the Anti-Defamation League. And the reasons, well, because they had listed Charlie Kirk and his organization, TPUSA, to be extremist. Everybody's an extremist, according to the ADL. But I want you guys to know that this is not a subtle announcement. We need to unpack this announcement. Because I don't care what side of the aisle that you are on, you need to understand that the ADL is not, nor has it ever been, what it purports to be, okay? It purports to be, oh, you know, we're just looking out and hate speech and extremism. No. The reality is the ADL was born out of a Jewish Freemason organization known as B'nai B'rith. Now, if you're on my book club, you know this, but Sigmund Freud was a member of B'nai B'rith. We were discussing we're reading right now the book, The Assault on Truth, and Sigmund Freud is very relevant. You have to learn the history of Sigmund Freud. He's in all of our schools, all of our universities, taught as a hero, the history of the psychoanalytic movement. Look, the reality is him and all of his homies were covering up for incestuous child abuse. That is a fact, okay? They can't wipe that stain away. Quite literally, the way that they did this was through the mechanism of gaslighting. That's what he is the father of, public gaslighting, okay? That's what modern psychology is. They moved to instead diagnose people who were being abused, right? They were using their credentials, I'm a this, I'm a that, to make people, maybe the wider public, believe that their gaslighting was actually legitimate. That is what the book, The Assault on Truth, unpacks. It is therefore a must read because you have to realize how horrific the crimes were that were being committed that they were covering for. So Sigmund Freud was in B'nai B'rith, and the ADL was born out of B'nai B'rith. Why? Well, because they put the organization together to defend a pedophile and a murderer. His name is Leo Frank. Leo Frank was an unbelievably wealthy Jewish factory owner down in Atlanta. And this is 1913. That's very relevant. You should know this happened in 1913. And this is the American South. You know what was going on there. And Mary Fagan was a 13-year-old girl who worked at his pencil factory. She was found brutally raped. Okay, she's a Catholic girl, by the way. I want to say that. She was a young Catholic girl. And Leo Frank, even with all of his money, all of his connections, the best lawyers that money could buy, connections all the way to the Supreme Court, he was so guilty of what happened that despite the fact that he tried to pin it on a poor Black janitor, even in the segregated South, where people were just like, hey, give us any reason and we will go lynch a Black person, the racist segregated South, they still found him guilty, okay? They still found Leo Frank guilty, and so much has been written to try to obscure this still. They are still trying to defend Leo Frank. What happened then is that his buddies over at the Freemasonic Lodge, B'nai B'rith, assembled the ADL to gaslight the public. No, Leo Frank wasn't guilty. Look what happened after. He was lynched for what he did to Mary Fagan. He is actually a victim of anti-Semitism. That's it. He wasn't guilty. I'm sure maybe the Black guy did it in 1913 Atlanta, and everyone conspired to instead attack a wealthy factory owner. Like I said, to this day, they are using those mechanisms to try to gaslight us and to pretend that Leo Frank was really the victim in this tragedy. It's utterly demented. I will never let it stand. He killed Mary Fagan. He is still guilty of that crime, no matter how much the ADL tries to obscure that. And by the way, if you want to learn more, you should learn more about Mary Fagan's murder. I can point you guys, there's a book called The Murder of Little Mary Fagan, and it is written by a relative of hers. And that relative's name is also Mary Fagan. You should read the details of what happened 100 years ago. You should read the facts around it, read the case documents, learn about the brutal rape and the murder and what happened thereafter, because so much has been written since to try to obscure those facts. So go to the family member as a source. Do that in your own spare time. In fact, maybe I should add it to the book club list. Anyways, the reason why I'm telling you that is because there is it really is a very crucial element of our history that you need to come to terms with, right? The modern media machine, all of these journalists who lie and gaslight, you're seeing it right now, what they're writing about me, it's insane. They are students of effectively the psychoanalytic community. Let's gaslight and then we will diagnose. Gaslight and diagnose. Seeing it happen in real time pertaining to the Charlie Kirk case. We watched him be murdered, and then we watched the feds lie to us rather fanatically. The text messages, I think, were really the what is going on. And now they're yelling at us for noticing. Like, we are all being abused right now by the press, right? They're trying to spin it. No, I can't believe people have questions.
Yeah, that's some real shit, though. That's some real shit. It's like, we know we can't trust certain alphabet organizations just because they never really been on our side. They don't work for the people, they work for the rich. We're the poor or people. You know what I'm saying? So this is as the majority of the people, you know what I'm saying, we usually tend to get the short end of the stick, which don't make sense. We work the hardest. Why do we get the shaft? Don't know. I don't know. No diddy. But shit, this shit got changed. Facts, Red Cap. Yeah, because they don't work with you. They work against you. The system ain't never had nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Only thing it does is tell you where to go.
It's over. It passed. And this is what that means for so many Americans. Billions of dollars cut from Medicaid, which affects millions of Americans. The poorest of the poor people in this country are going to lose their health care, be unable to feed themselves, and this is what people wanted. And the richest people in this country will get a tax cut. So if you're not upset, then I'm confused. If this is what you want, I think you need to take a much deeper look at who you are and what you stand for, because this is devastating to so many people in this country. You are often one step away from needing assistance. One step.
Tell you what, boy, I tell you what, motherfucking one step my ass motherfucker in the hole, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm living check to check. But this is because this world.
25th Amendment exists for one reason: to answer the question, what happens when the president can't do the job anymore? It's the rulebook for replacing a commander-in-chief or quietly taking them out of power. Before the 25th Amendment, presidential succession was chaos. Presidents died or became incapacitated. The Constitution barely explained what to do. When Woodrow Wilson had a stroke in 1919, his wife effectively ran the country for over a year. When Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, the U.S. realized it was one heartbeat away from a full-blown constitutional crisis. The fear pushed Congress to act. Ratified in 1967, the 25th Amendment clarified everything. Section 1 said, if the president dies or resigns, the VP becomes president. Section 2, if there's no VP, the president nominates one, confirmed by Congress. Section 3, president can voluntarily hand power to the VP. Section 4, big one. If the president is unable or unfit to serve, the VP and a majority of the cabinet can remove them from power. It's only been invoked a few times, usually for surgeries, resignations, or near crises. But every president lives under its shadow. But it's not the escape hatch most people think it is. The 25th doesn't protect people from tyranny. It protects the system from instability. It's not built to remove fascism. It's meant to make sure it's able to continue full steam ahead with a conductor healthy enough to lead the way.
Man, we pay taxes and they research drugs and cures and nothing even gets cured, and they overcharge us to stay sick. Well, this is the thing. Doctors are only people who get paid to make money off of you being sicker. You know what I mean? They've never cured anything, have they? I've never seen a doctor cure a goddamn thing unless it was Sabi. And that was self-proclaimed. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was calling him Dr. Sabi. But hey, he wasn't doing nothing that God didn't tell us to do. Use the herbs as medicine. I didn't see nothing wrong with what the man did. Dude, we got the cures. We just have to go out there and harvest it. You know what I'm saying? Get out there into the world. Get you a little Pharmacana book where it got all that good shit in it. Yeah, they practice. Exactly. They practice. The practice of getting you sicker to get you more money or to make you give up more money. It's weird, but yeah. Magic Johnson got cured because he was fucking with Dr. Sabi. They don't want to tell you that though. Doctor or hospitals stay in business by prescriptions. Facts. Facts.
To awaken to what you are, you must first forget what you think you are. To know joy, you must first taste sorrow. To uncover strength, you must first experience weakness. To understand peace, you must sit in the storm. To cultivate wisdom, you must first stumble in ignorance. To truly connect, you must embrace solitude. To evolve, you must surrender to change. And to rewrite your story, you must first realize you are the author. Most people spend their lives resisting the very experiences that shape them. But life in its infinite wisdom does not grant light without shadow, nor growth without discomfort. The ocean does not resist the tide, nor does the seed resist the breaking of its shell. Likewise, you are not here to cling, but to flow, to dissolve and become, to lose yourself so that you may finally remember who you are.
Yeah, man. Shit. What you say? I gotta read that one more again. Said everything is so far from common sense to flow back to water. See, you gotta remember, people don't even know what sense is common. You know what I'm saying? In order for it to be called common sense, you have to have it. And people don't understand what it is that you have to have. You know what I'm saying? If you can't tell what the vibe is, then you ain't sensing shit. That's the truth. Because some people don't have that vibe. Because they ain't common sense. You know what I'm saying? So we came I'm thinking you're saying we can run the water. We grew into this through our mother's water. Well, yeah, we came in through the birth canal. You know what I'm saying? That's a lesson. But we shot out a penis before we came out of there, you know what I'm saying?
Mark the date. On the 14th of October, we are experiencing something extraordinary, which is timelessness. Because the past, the future, and the present will become one. And no, this doesn't happen every October 14th. This is a once-in-history alignment known as the golden intersection of timelines. So exactly 443 years ago, Pope Gregory XIII changed the calendar and distorted the natural flow of time. He reformed time itself, and with that we began living in disharmony. We are constantly running after time instead of flowing with nature. Time is not linear, it is a spiral, and our calendar doesn't acknowledge that. And that's what we're being reminded of on the 14th of October. Why that date? Because 1582, Pope Gregory signed the decree that introduced his calendar. Until October 14th, 2025, there are precisely 161.803 days. And that number mirrors the golden ratio. This is the divine proportion. It is found everywhere in the universe, in seashells, galaxies, flowers, even within our DNA. Also, October 14th is celebrated as World Standards Day, the date that humanity chose to honor the global standardization of measurement and time. But what makes this day truly extraordinary is that three great calendars, the Mayan long count, the Zolkin, and the Gregorian calendar all synchronize through this same harmonic code on this day. So on October 14th and 15th, artificial time finally aligns with natural time, and that creates a window of perfect harmony. So this will be a moment to remember that harmony is not an idea, it is a frequency. And on these days, that frequency will be playing out. So we will be reminded of what it feels like to move with time and not against it. Because this isn't just about numbers or calendars, this is about resonance. So if you want to dive deeper into this and prepare yourself for this energy on the 14th, feel free to join my live stream on Friday, where I will dive deeper with you into the golden intersections of timelines. To join, just read the caption below. Blessings and thank you for tuning in.
Like that thing played again. That was weird to me. It was throwing me off. Sometimes I feel like these phones is possessed because they ain't been blessed in so long. Oh, damn, that's tomorrow. Yeah, Red. That's tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm letting you know today. You know? Every other day is affirmations and prophecy. Yeah. You gotta remember, the clock's right at least 2 times a day, right? Gotta be. It's gotta be.
Nigga, don't ask me, well, I haven't got a Rolls Royce. You have to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up. Huh?
I forgot about that one. That's funny as fuck. I was wondering when that was gonna make its way back up.
Now we at the part where the government.
Hold on. This video. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Solo, what it do? Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be on a high vibration. You know what I'm saying? So frequent tomorrow. Get me a good phone, hopefully free. You know what I'm saying? I hope this damn phone insurance thing work. Shit, it's crazy. Not because I be paying a lot, you know. You know.
Now we at the part where the government gone. Don't nobody know the government gone, and everybody thinking it's business as usual.
And it's not. And I keep saying that the government is gone. Yes.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah.
The whole America fiasco is over with. The international bankers, all that's over with. All of them been removed from their positions of jurisdictional authority. They have no power left. The problem is our people in this trauma, post-traumatic slave disorder, when we were never no slaves. We was prisoners of war, but we wasn't slaves. They captured us and forced us to work on Big Mama house, take Mama out of Big Mama house and just call it the big house and force us to work and make shift because they used what was here. They turned our castles into prisons, asylums, and state buildings. They still here.
Yes. Absolutely.
They said there wasn't no royalty on the land because we left our castles to go fight the Gullah Wars.
Y'all remember the Gullah Wars? Shit, I would hope so. I would hope so. That's when they took away the last people who was like actually connected. Tribes. Think about Avatar. Yeah, we had trees and all that shit. Then they hung us from some pictures. I digress.
Cause Kai is waking up. So you catching these Fiji mermaids getting caught, they getting seen. People seeing things in their trees, whole creatures that they can't explain. You got all these ships that they spraying all these chemtrails trying to cloak as many as they can, but they really can't cloak. Right? Because the planet rising in frequency and these beings been here. So it's not like they haven't been here, y'all. They here. But remember, channel, frequency, what channel are you on? And it used to be where it was like the individual had to be on a certain frequency. Chill out. It used to be the individual had to be on a certain frequency. But because the planet is on that frequency, you're going to see it. Everybody's seeing it. It ain't just... That's why in the 90s and the 80s and yesteryear, you had people called clairvoyants or psychics who could hear things and see things and communicate with the spiritual realm, and other people couldn't because they was on that frequency when most wasn't. Now, because Kai, the planet, she's waking up. That's why it's blizzards in Hawaii and ain't no snow in Denver.
Yeah, we waking up. Hey, he was 2 years, y'all. That was old. Y'all gotta remember this, how relevant this nigga is. You know what I'm saying? Till this day. Till this day. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying?
They say this was an accident, but when a military plane blows up overnight, how is that an accident? I'm confused. Do y'all notice every time something big go down, the people that you're supposed to hear talk the most be the most silent? I be trying to understand, like, why y'all niggas not talking now? This explosion was not just a random accident. I don't care what they talking about. Look at this shit. This happened at the Accurate Energetic System, a plant that happens to make explosives for the U.S. military, y'all. Now, multiple people is presumed unalive, and 19 other people is missing. They said this blast was so powerful that first responders couldn't even go into the building. That's crazy, fool. And here's where it get weird, y'all. They said a secondary explosion went off long after the first one, like it was something in there they didn't want to get found. So they're calling it a workplace accident. So why do they have the ATF there and all these other law enforcement there locking down the area?
That's all we need to know. Why the fuck ain't you telling us more? Something happened. You hiding us. But what was actually in there? Is it an insurance scam? Could be. Could be. They about that money, you know that. So I'm just gonna say this. My gut says about 3 tons of explosives went missing after they blew up. Facts. Seek and destroy, meaning clean out and destroy. Exactly, bro. Hey, we gotta get ready for war. We're gonna start planting some dirty bombs. That's what they doing. See? That's what they doing. This is how they start Project Bluebeam. The whole thing's gonna go down. Watch. It's all connected. It's all connected. We're gonna have the fake alien invasion. They're gonna have the fucking C4 and shit wrapped around buildings and shit, talking about it blew up when it's really just drones fucking flying over us and shit. Then they're gonna bring out the aliens that they created in the laboratories in Area 51. You know what I'm saying? Where they learn how to use gene splicer from all our old ass shit from when we used to splice DNA. Because we created a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? The ancestors used to do this shit on the regular. You know what I'm saying? And then they stopped it because they knew this was wrong. They knew it was wrong. But I digress. So look how many people falling. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Need stuff to blow up. Yeah. Me too, Angela. I'm in Springfield, Illinois, man. That shit ain't nothing but, you know what I'm saying? We got police, FBI, all that shit. And motherfuckers don't. Like, we just seen them stage Sonya Massey. I mean, we just seen them do that shit to Sonya Massey, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't staged, but she looked like fucking, old girl. What's her name? She's a comedian. God dang. What was her name? I can't remember it right now, but she looked like her. Jones flying scouts tracing out what needs to be done with the certain lands. People, AFAX, that's what the green lasers were because they were using them for LiDAR. The LiDAR shit was mapping out certain ley lines and shit, looking for mineral deposits of certain shit. That's how that is. That's it. They found out that there's certain minerals around in certain areas. So if you had a green laser over your area, and it wasn't coming from my pen, then shit, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Unless that shit was coming from my pen and hitting off the moon, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can just use drones and take grid down now. Facts. What's up? Boogie back. Yo. Said crash grid in a harsh winter. Hey, that's what Biden was talking about. It's going to be a cold winter. You know what I'm saying? They were planning to do that back then. But he wasn't the one. You know what I'm saying? He didn't take the blood. But you know who took the blood? Trump. Trump took the blood.
Oh, you see tears flowing down my face right now. They show you zombies in movies, but really, you the zombie, man. If you walking around and you don't know who the fuck you is, and you ain't got no purpose, and you ain't walking in your purpose, you a motherfucking zombie just floating around out here, man. You're just floating. Just right here floating. Going to work, following they goofy ass man-made laws, chasing money. You ain't made no energetic contribution to the motherfucking planet. Cause when you make your money, you spend that shit on yourself.
That part. You know what I'm saying? But we good energy because we make money. Makes sense. We about that. Why 607 didn't like, bro? They talk about the same shit. No, you had to watch the rest of the interviews. He came back talking good shit. He was gonna get the nigga out. He was gonna go get him a lawyer and all that shit. But I'm thinking more or less, he just want to knuckle up with the nigga and shit. I don't think he want to do that anyways, because that nigga been doing nothing but push-ups, squats, and all that shit. Probably eating better up in there, you know what I'm saying? But not really, though. Never know, man. Could dope him up, put him on medications. Talking about, oh, you think you a guy, boy? I'm going to show you a guy, Bubba. Come here. You ever had cock meat sandwich, boy? That's what you're going to eat tonight.
saying, pay attention. They doing, see them, that's little news. They got everybody focused on the big news. You got to pay attention. What's unraveling around you. And when a food shortage hit, you don't think people gonna come to your house or try to come to your house?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what it really is. You know what I'm saying? So me and my uncle, we just got to buy a rope ladder. That's what, because we already planned on knocking down the balcony and shit. Like, we don't need a balcony. We'll just climb up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will always be here. Get like a little pulley and shit to bring up laundry and all that shit. You know, groceries. Ready to take everything. See, we just have to be worried about certain things because since we live in police states, because that's what this is. It's the hostile takeover of the military police state. Because they got all the tanks, they're already integrated into it. They just don't want to tell us, you know what I'm saying? The FBI, CIA, all that shit's just like the planned organization. They're supposed to be one sect, you know what I'm saying? But they're hostile, you know what I'm saying, to each, because each one of them is doing something that they don't want the other one to know. You know what I'm saying? Either one's doing background check on the other one, or the other one's over here doing crime that the other one sees and they don't know that the other one's watching. Yo, Dennis, what it do? Dennis in the building. What the hell?
When they was arguing, him telling her, hold on, this is not your friend. I her already. I slept with her already. And that's what started the whole fight and everything. And you feel me? That's what did it. When they got into it, when the girl woke up, you feel me? And she like, why you arguing with my homegirl? She participated in the argument. He get upset and he just tell her like straight out, like, why you believing in, why you owe her? She ain't your friend. And then they say, listen, they don't even want to say that, you know, she was drunk and all really happened because it's gonna her career up.
But you know, it's
her career going down the drain. She wasn't nobody really. That she was going up, but she wasn't bigger than Tori.
And you know,
she wasn't bigger than Kylie, and Kylie don't even see the. She was just a girl there that got up at the situation, and you feel me? And they wanted her to leave. They was having a good time. She was kind of irate, faded. All right, come on, get up out of here. Go ahead, go. You feel me? She didn't want to leave. I invited Tori. Tori, you got to go with me. No, Tori can stay. They want you to go. You feel me? Kylie didn't want Tori to stay. They want you to go. You feel me? So then they got to wake her drunk friend up, the homegirl, and get up. You feel me? So she get up halfway asleep and just get in the car. No, but listen to this. No, listen to this though. Y'all paid attention. Then they leave, right? And then the down and he say, my shoe gone. I'm gonna go back to go get my shoe. What the is going on? You rich as a but you want a Gucci slipper like it's gonna turn into a car. This is weird. I'm just saying though. But this is what they convicted him for. This is what they took this man's life for.
Drunk as a skunk, lying ass chunk. You know what I mean? Messed up. Clowns, ass clowns, straight up. Straight up.
We are finna experience our first Civil War ever. I know we all heard about it in school, but now we about to go through one too? Nah, fool. I can't be the only one looking at this shit like, bruh, how the fuck is this possible? Did you really think you would see a Civil War in your lifetime? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That's a lot of things I thought I wouldn't see in my lifetime. But it's happening. The Texas National Guards just pulled up in Illinois, y'all. Strapped up, boots on, backpack ready, locked and loaded. So you got the government saying, oh, it's just a deployment. But the people in Illinois is like, nah, no, it's not, fool. We didn't tell y'all to come your ass over here. Y'all just pulled up because Donald Trump said y'all could. This is an invasion. We don't want y'all over here. How the hell is this possible? You got military trucks pulling up. You got American soldiers on one side from another state And then you got American soldiers from another state on another side. What? The Illinois governor is saying the same thing the California governor said. This is unconstitutional. This is not right, fool. You don't gotta take my word. Go look at the videos. You can see the tension. This shit crazy, fool. You had one video where the Chicago PD were getting treated like civilians. They were getting maced in the face. I just can't believe certain shit like this is happening on U.S. soil.
Yeah, that shit is a trip. I know y'all seen that shit where they was just macing motherfucking cops and shit. But ICE, I guess since they got a free pass or some shit, you know what I'm saying? I thought they both worked for the same people. Soon to be in a city near you. Shit, I'm antisocial since high school. I've always been antisocial. I'm a gamer. You know what I'm saying? I like anime and drawing, dude. I like being by myself. I feel that's where I'm the best version of who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I think I played this. I gotta check.
Pay attention. This is in game, y'all. And if you can't see it, you got to be ready. Because when they come with
that's weird.
Look at the state of your people. Look at the state of the planet right now. You ain't looking, don't worry about it. That's what we brought this for today, to show you. Because you getting too comfortable. You think this shit a game. You don't see this shit falling down? What you think Rashad Jamal is doing? We making him make music again. He don't even want to do that. We making him make music again and making him put our message in the music just to show you the power of us, that everything coming down. Because it is through the music where your soul has been poisoned the most. Because you don't understand the power of your words and your thoughts. And not just your words and thoughts, another one's words and thoughts. You don't understand the power of vibration.
Like I said, man, everything we do is vibration. The vibration is like the whole purpose of a nation. You know what I'm saying? The beats of liberation. The style didn't. Sometimes it be wild. You know what I'm saying? But the thing goes, a lot of this stuff starts before we even speak. Because we have to vibe in order to have a conversation. Because the words that come out of my mouth are a vibration. You know what I'm saying? Any topic or any situation. Some people won't understand it. Some people will. In time, everybody has an understanding. Because if they remember the words, then they remember the meaning. You know what I'm saying? And then they get an understanding. They're like, okay, I get it. I see now. You know what I'm saying? But some people won't pick it up like that. You have to pay attention. Pay attention. Yeah, that's a good one too. You have to avoid procrastination. Head of the destination. Escape the situation, all that.
We not citizens. Do you know what a citizen even is? Research the etymology of what a citizen even is. We not citizens. Okay. We've never been citizens of this republic and never will motherfucking be. So I don't even know why niggas be sitting there wanting rights. Why they doing this to black people? Why we gotta get locked up? Why they giving us the shit end of the stick? And that's why you need to go read the Gullah Wars. That's why you need to go read up on some of these wars. Just a few, not too many, just a few. Get your feet wet. Get your thalamus gland working a little bit in there. Get your thalamus gland. Get it juicy. Get a little juicy. You see what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't ask them stupid ass redundant questions like that. You know? Why us? You shouldn't mistreat somebody because of the color of their skin. You goddamn right. You definitely shouldn't mistreat someone because of the color of their skin. Let me use their words. Pigmentation. I love that word, y'all. I like when they got these other words for some simple shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when you learn they shit, you like, I see what they be doing. But, right. Why us, y'all? Niggas, cause we black. It ain't got nothing to do with you being black. You feel me? And it definitely ain't got shit to do with your skin. You think they doing all this killing? Cause it is? Cause you a little darker than them? You really believe that? Do they help you sleep at night? All these hundreds of man-made years of killing. Poisoning your food, resources, everything. You think they did this because you're black? Or Latino? It's more to that story, man. What were you doing? What was your ancestors doing? Why they on your ass so hard? Who are you? You see? You gotta ask them questions now. They gunning for you too hard. They gunning for us too hard. You gotta sit back like, hold on now.
Y'all wonder why they want to come for us so much. You know what I'm saying? It's the melanin in our skin or the content of our character. Because I can tell you this, I ain't no pig. You try to call my pigment, I'm not a pigment. There's no mind of a pig, my friend. There's no mind of a pig. Me, I'm a being, baby. I am a being. And as a being, I will keep doing. Because once I stop doing, I will not be. You understand what I'm saying? So while I'm being who I am, you know what I'm saying? Young God that we do, we gotta be what we try to do. You know what I'm saying? So practice what you preach and honor who you teach.
Justin Bieber's trying to expose Hollywood, but nobody's listening. Check this
Has
out.
anybody seen Justin Bieber's Instagram? He posted shipping containers with a photo of a baby on a blanket underneath.
Isn't that weird?
Captioned, I got anger issues too, but I want to grow and not react so much. Yo. In the same post, there's a picture of him as a child.
What's he trying to tell us?
And who remembers a few months back when there was demands to open the shipping containers? Look at the location, Diddy's house.
That's Diddy's house.
And look what's right here.
A shipping
Look.
port.
Evergreen. And who remembers this episode of Dexter? Evergreen. Remember Harry found him in the shipping container?
It's darker than you think.
Bro.
Diddy Epstein, y'all. He out again.
Justin Bieber's trying to expose
Or what he
Hollywood,
about
but
to do,
nobody's
though.
listening. Check this
Has
out.
anybody seen just
Don't like it. I got port stuff nearby. If I go snoop around, I'll get locked up. Hell yeah, nigga, don't do that shit. Be smart about shit, man. You get into one of them shipping container yards, it even says that if you go beyond the border, they'll probably persecute you to the highest extent of the law, my guy. I couldn't finish that one. But yeah, they'll persecute you to the highest extent of the law, my guy. You don't want none of them problems. So you can't get in trouble by filming there on the sidewalk. It's public. You know what I'm saying? Anything you can see with the eyes, you can film with your phone. They ask you what you're doing, say I'm public press, baby. You know what I'm saying? I got bored and put a Halloween decoration up for my kids just because no one will let me cut a tree down in my neighborhood. Or my neighbor asked me, was I a warlock? He told him, don't you and friends have blood moon parties? What the fuck, bro? What the hell, Red? What the hell, bro? Wish I could figure out how I find and help those missing folks. Yeah. So nah, they got huge 50-foot fences around all the stuff at port here. Can't see anything from the street. Well, there. That's what I'm saying. That's how they're supposed to have it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be worried about that shit because I'll be like, man, what the fuck you niggas doing over there? That just means you get you a pole, extend the pole and shit. You know what I'm saying? Put the camera on that bitch. That's all. Have that shit with another camera on the bottom. That'd be weird, but yeah. Exactly. You gotta have an extendo shit. Extend it.
What is typewriter?
Mm-hmm. See, this is how they screw with your mind. You know what I'm saying? Telepathy is basically the thought or sending thoughts up somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or to somebody. That's the only thing. People gotta remember, we've been taught a lot, but what we've been taught has mostly been on television. So it's a lie to the vision. And they don't mind, fabricating stories, obviously, because somebody's writing. And unless like Stephen King's writing like real life novels and shit, all that shit was fabricated. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Even with Stanley Kubrick, we all knew his shit was like supposed to be fabricated, right? But no, that shit was somewhat sort of real. Staged as it was. There was some truth in it. Every piece of film has a lot of truth or a bit of truth. You just have to see what truth is and understand it.
Who's next here? Because there, of course, have been kind of lists out, as Scott pointed out, the president freely talks about a lot of the people that he wants to go after. So here are some people that are under investigation right now. John Bolton, John Brennan, Lisa Cook, of course, Federal Reserve, Chris Krebs, Adam Schiff, Jack Smith, Miles Taylor. The public calls to investigate Reid Hoffman, Mark Milley, George Soros, Fonnie Willis, Chris Wray. This is quite an array of people. Scott Jennings, one person we've heard about is John Bolton, although it sounds like that investigation may have begun under the Biden administration.
Yeah, that started under Biden. And from what I read in the newspaper, they did find classified material, according to the reporting, in his house. And so I don't know if he...
God dang. See the stuff that we don't know. I don't watch cable TV no more, so this is the only way I'm gonna get the news. Real facts, cause I ain't paying for that. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. We knew a lot of people were gonna go though. He told us when the shutdown happened. He's like, yeah, a lot of people gonna be losing their jobs. So You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't doing their job. They're doing somebody else's job that they get paid for more. So why would we want you if you're getting paid by them? Bye.
If they find out they are not black, our entire system falls. An empire built on a lie requires constant vigilance. A single story, a single artifact can ignite a fire of awakening. This is a quiet war, ensuring their minds remain our most securely held territory. It is the spectre of the Muir awakening. It is the one scenario for which we have no final solution, the one threat that could unravel our centuries of work. If they find out they are not black, our entire system falls. This is the simple, terrifying truth that must guide our every action. Our empire, for all its apparent strength, is a house of cards built upon the single fragile assumption of their ignorance.
Mm. 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 They don't know what we are. For me, we are indigent. And as indigent, that means we're free. Don't forget you are gem people, the highest of the creator. Made of smoke by it. It's probably why we make so much smoke and fire. So they can flip a switch and save my car stolen and shoot me. Hell yeah, bro. I think one time I'm just gonna assume, but I feel like one time I think the car was cloaked. You know what I'm saying? And the police was like parked somewhere and shit. And I rode by, and them niggas just came out of nowhere talking about I didn't use my blinker. Motherfucker, I didn't know there was a stop sign there. I was gonna keep going because I didn't know it was my street. I couldn't see none of the signs. All the shit's blocked by the damn shit they got on the side of the road from the construction. But yeah, nothing marked off me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know it was a street corner. Hell, so they can flip a switch and turn on their cloak, flip that bitch off, turn on their lights real quick. Said, we are not colors of crayons, we are colors of God's spectrum. We are light vibrational frequencies moving in a dense mass.
These are the words that will win your disability case. The way that you describe your symptoms can make all the difference in the world. So here are 10 powerful words to use and why they matter. First up is unpredictable. If your symptoms come and go without warning, say that. Jobs require routine, and unpredictable symptoms break that routine. Next, frequent. Whether it's migraines, panic attacks, or bathroom breaks, employers care how often things happen. Use the word frequent with your doctors and give real examples. Here's another big one. Fatigue. Fatigue isn't just tired, it's a body-wide shutdown. If you're wiped out after small tasks, this word tells that story better than any diagnosis. Let's talk about focus. Use the phrase unable to concentrate. If you lose your train of thought, forget steps, or can't follow instructions, this shows cognitive limits that affect work. Building on that, say needs reminders. If you rely on alarms, sticky notes, or someone else to remember things, that's evidence of real...
Hey, you fucked me up, Red. That was fucked up, bro. That was fucked up, bro. I can tell you weren't joking because there's no smiley face. That was fucked up. It was like I was a silly kid, dog. Oh shit! Hey, but that was for y'all niggas who got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Shoes, your back problems. You still use that shit. You're a disability, bro. You know what I'm saying? They'll never deny you. They will never deny you.
So the moon is literally technology to keep our frequencies low. It's a weapon. And this is why our goddesses get periods and bleed every month. And they got all this medical bullshit backed up for you to believe that. So when you do ask, well, why we bleed? Well, because, you know, you go through menstruation. You go through your menstruation cycle. And the tubes swell up so the egg can drop. And that lies. Lies. So you don't know what the fuck is going on. Now, do we actually have moons? Yes, but not here on this planet. We have moons on other planets, and they are not negative. But remember, when Zeus left and went to the sixth universe, Satan, as you call him here, and he couldn't make a sun, he had been cut off from all the sciences when he fell in frequency. Our ancestors didn't grant him that no more. So that's why he made two moons, which only do what? Emit low frequency, because he didn't have the tools no more to build up the high frequency shit. If he could have made another sun, he would have. Now do you see why he made them two moons on the earth? And then what they do is they use CERN to project a holographic image of those moons from CERN here on this planet. They cast it into the sky like the goddamn bat signal, nigga.
I dig that. I can dig it. Every other known moon spins. Ours is the only one that don't. That's stationary in the same place. Yeah, for real. For real. It's a projection. Simulation. That's why the sun burns and the moon's so cold.
In Schindler's List is waiting for the gas to come in,
and all it
lo and
is
behold, all it was
salt and water came
water,
raining down on us in this great big, we called it banya, which is a Russian word for a washroom. Bathroom, yeah, but it was a big one, a communal bathroom. It was huge, I would say. It was, the way I remember it, of course I was little, but the way I remember it, I would say it was at least 30 by 30. It must have been built for that purpose, to wash us down like dogs. Yeah.
But most people, of course, don't know is that the Germans had drawn a line from the Baltic, or actually from the North Cape virtually all the way down to the Bosporus. And anybody that came across that line, whether he was German or Mennonite, Jews for that matter, anybody in Europe could not go across that line without being deloused, because they wanted to keep lice out of Europe, because lice were so dangerous to public health.
That's right. So that was
don't
the
feel
first...
badly, you know, you were not picked on because we were Mennonites or Lutherans.
Or the same for the cutting of hair. I mean, we were all shorn bald in order to stop the lice, the louse problem that we had. Everybody had lice in the war. You know, I mean, this was just common knowledge that everybody had lice. And then, of course, we had to be deloused and put into Germany.
So Jews cannot claim unique victim status?
No, they cannot. And when I hear the stories about them losing their hair, big deal. None of us had hair.
You dirty, stinking lying yous. You got some flaming to do's. That's crazy, yo. You tell us that you get gas. I think you gas us up, though. You know what I'm saying, Holmes? I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel gifted, you know? It's no good. It's no good. See, yeah. He was in jail. They said a lot of stuff we don't know no more. Where's the real stories? Hopefully we'll find it.
Okay, so yesterday in Tennessee, after a huge blast, 18 people tragically lost their lives. But when I started to look a little deeper, something is not making sense, you guys. There was a blast that happened at Accurate Energetic Systems about 50 miles outside of Nashville. Witnesses said that they could feel the shakes from about 15 miles away. But when you start to look into this company, what their purpose is, the contracts that they have, who they're connected to, the fact that witnesses who live in the area said that they've heard many other blasts before, potentially even some blasts underground. The fact that at first they said that it was 19 people missing, then they found one single employee who was supposed to be there actually at home. The fact that the whole building has been completely disintegrated, that there's information just completely missing, something is not adding up. It's giving scandal. It's giving potentially intentional. It's giving wipe out the evidence. Now, these are just my personal opinions. I'm just going based off what I see online. It's all developing. I don't want to misinform you. It's all alleged. I can't confirm or deny anything, but go ahead and look into this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, save this video. Go look into the information. I want to tread lightly because I don't want to get this taken down.
Yeah. I like the way she think, yo. I'm with that. I'm with that. With that. I like it. I like it. We vibing, y'all. Mm-hmm. And the chaos is a lie. Anybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Shit.
Remember I told y'all, I said, hey, winter not real. The true name, it's a weapon. The true name of winter is called Sub-Zero technology. They put they made fake clouds, and then they put ice crystals in the clouds. And then they use these fake 5G towers to activate these fake ice crystals in these clouds. I say Antarctica is really the dead bodies of all our ancestors that was frozen. I say notice, when Tiamat dies or Planet Kai go into her sleep stasis, which is what they call winter, because they freeze her out, it's not that long. Majority of the seasons is warm. Winter the only one cold. I said it's called Sub-Zero technology. Then I even gave y'all a lecture about what Sub-Zero represented against Scorpion in Mortal Kombat on the website. Right? That's why they even call Sub-Zero Sub-Zero on Mortal Kombat. They're mocking the technology.
Here. That's all, man. That's all. They trying to fuck us up. Coldest winter ever coming up. But we building. And they knock out the power of what we do. Get us some lard and a rag. Shred up the rag. Throw it in that bitch. You got you a candle wick. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all. That's it. And then you put one of them little things for the gutter, drain thing for the gutter, or like another metal can, and then put it right over that, and then emit the heat from that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna burn, and then you get like a fan or some shit. I don't know how you're gonna get a fan. I don't know. Don't ask me. Motherfucker, hopefully you got like energy somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Saved up. You need it. Food ain't go, well. Food will last because it's gonna be cold. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta put it in something outside. Keep it out of the sun. That's all. That's it. But you get it.
I think the true artist should be willing to die for what he believes in. He should be willing to die for his art. He should be willing to sacrifice whatever worldly possessions he has to give the world the greatest form of art possible. And that is what my whole motivation is.
Go into my car. Yeah, Angela. See, cooking with grits now. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully your car got you an EMP blast protector, cause how you think this energy gonna get knocked out? They ain't just cut the grid off. They gonna knock that shit out with an EMP.
We know we in game, so everything is coming down, and I don't have to tell you that. You see it. You know, you see it at your own. You know, and that's what's a good thing about this moment in time that we are in. Many of us are seeing it for ourselves, which is called insight, and that's what I love better than information is insight. You know, we could talk all day, but do you really see it for yourself? That's what is most important, and that you're not just sitting in this university, you listening, and then you're not implementing. I mean, you can't implement everything overnight. We all on different levels. We all at different spaces in our spiritual journey. Some of us are a little farther along than others. Some of us are just starting. It don't matter how far along you are, or it don't matter if you just started yesterday. The point is that we all on the journey. All right, we on the journey, and we on it together. It's unity, togetherness. We going back to nature. We going back to how it was anciently. You heard the music I was playing? That's our ancient music. All right, at that point we was in together, one with nature. We had a deep connection to nature. That's what we getting back to.
So yeah, I don't know about that. Hey, you better find something. Better find out about that EMP battery protector and shit, because you don't want to fry your motherboard, otherwise your car won't work. You probably have an electric vehicle. They've been trying to put everything electric. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying EMP fry electricity, unless you got EMP surge protector, some shit, whatever it's called, EMP blast protector or some shit.
All of you are ascended masters or rising ascended masters. I've been telling you that from day one. A rising ascended master or ascended master, they gonna yearn for information because your job is to teach. You are an adept. You are a guru naturally. Many of you are cosmic royalty. Those that's in the university. This is why your soul leads you here. This is why your soul leads you to go off and do your own studies after you come out of here. You don't just stop at Rashad Jamal. Not us awoken ones, because I don't just look. I don't watch none of this shit. I say I'll give y'all a lecture, then I'll go listen to Spiritual Soul. So I'll see what he talk about, what the ancestors revealing to him. I'll go listen to Ralph Smart, listen to what he talk about, what the ancestors revealing through him. You feel me? I'll go listen to, I used to like shout out Remedy H a lot, because he give a lot of good information. I'll go listen to Remedy H and see what the ancestors revealing through him. I'll go listen to Rod Hayes. I'll go listen to Real. Shout out to Real. He one of the young guys. Shout out to Real. A lot of y'all should know Real Chosen One. That's my little brother though. Shout out to Real Chosen One. God put a lot of work in. He one of the younger guys, so that's a beautiful thing.
Hell yeah. See, I don't just get my information from all TikTok. I go to YouTube too. I'll be fucking with Ralph Smart. That's my dog. I like to breathe in that good ass prana. You know what I'm saying? Because it feels so good, baby. You know what I'm saying? I like to start my day off. Woo! Breathing in that fresh ass prana, baby. So I'll MacGyver whatever I need to fly. Hey, on the fly, man. I don't know how I read that. Hell, yeah, that's what you do. You take it apart and put it back together. You know what I'm saying? Get some of this soul Illuminati though, y'all. You know what it is.
City of dreams? No. City of demons. City of angels? No. Everybody, it's nothing but a negative aura. It's always been negative there. People going there to live out their dreams, and then, bro, all y'all become food. They need y'all homeless there. I hope y'all know y'all perfect for rituals, sacrifices. They might give you a little bit of money. How come family members always, young niggas, go to Cali and come back crackheads or just different? Nigga, they probably got sacrificed, nigga.
Damn, son. Damn, son. Damn, son. You know, they're talking about skeleton key shit, bro. Put mirrors in motherfuckers' ears and shit. You know what I'm saying? And tricking them. Split personality this one. Lost and fallen. Sunken places. City of the sunken. That's what they should call it. Why don't you like Ralph Smart, DJ? That nigga's good. I mean, they tried to tap the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was good people.
Now, ICE really is our weakness, y'all. Listen, y'all, hear me closely. The warmer it gets for Black and Latino people, the stronger we get. The stronger we get. Hear me closely. The warmer it is, the stronger we get. Now ask yourself, how strong will we be if it was 1,000 degrees outside? Think about that. You don't think you could take 1,000 degree heat, do you? We are heat, nigga. You a neuro, we come from the highest of realms. The cosmos is warm. The higher you go, the hotter it get. Because when something vibrating fast, it's rubbing so it gets warmer. That's science. It gets warmer. That's science. The faster the vibration. So okay, we descended down into these bodies, man. We are heat. We are fire, man. You think you can't take 1,000 degrees? Shit. Nigga. It hit 1,000 degrees outside, boy, your ass gonna be around this bitch doing all type of shit you never thought you could do in your fucking life. Trust me on that. You gonna be like blown away. That's why they gotta keep this motherfucker cold. Pay attention. Now do you get the true power of winning?
Mm-hmm. See, that brings it back around to that full circle, you know what I'm saying? Full circle. They over there fucking with us in the wintertime, and we get our power and shine back in the summer. You know what I'm saying? But the sun that we got in the winter, they won't let us get the power from that. Mm-mm. You know why? You know why? Oh, cause it's all the way over there in that orange, in that red sun. That's what we get our real shine from. You know what I'm saying? That's why we stay inside during the winter time. And they don't want us to get none of that shine. I think there's something about it though. I think since we're the L's, sons of the Kal-El, aka Superman, aka Nephilim, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all we are. We're the natural people's kids. You know what I'm saying? We're the offspring of them. That's why we're melanated. If we weren't, we'd be there. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got the coarse hair, nice nappy curls. You know what I'm saying? I can run my hands through it because I've been combing my shit, keep my shit cold. I like the electricity that it produces. You know what I'm saying? When my body runs on hot, I have to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That way I can disperse some of that electricity. And then that should be helping me think because I've been playing with my beard. That's why I do that. I like to play with this. I always wondered why magicians and shit had them. I thought it was for thinking. It's not for thinking. It's not for thinking at all, you guys. It's not for thinking.
Today marks the first day federal workers across America will receive a partial paycheck thanks to Democrats' obstruction to the system here. This is the last paycheck that 700,000 federal workers will see until Washington Democrats decide to do their job and reopen the government. Starting next week, American service members, many of whom live paycheck to paycheck, are going to miss a full paycheck.
I ain't no government worker, but shit, I don't work for free. I do not work for free. Not me, nah, no way, no how. Can't see me doing that.
I accidentally ruined the Fed narrative. I think the plan was to never allow the back footage of Charlie to see the light of day. It never was allowed to see the light of day. That way, they were going to say that they recovered a 30-06 bullet, right? Instantly, we recovered a 30-06 bullet. They were, maybe when they were digging stuff up, and there it was, and it went through, we wouldn't have known, we would have been none the wiser, right? No one else is telling us anything or showing us anything. And I think they were going to say, or the other option, like it completely took his neck out, we wouldn't have been any wiser. But then I watched it, and the thing that jumped out at me was that not only did the bullet not pierce through, that there wasn't a single dot of blood on Charlie's bleach white shirt until he falls out of frame and onto the ground. I think we accidentally ruined what they were going to try to do to frame this. I think they wanted this to be a 30-06 narrative. And now they're going to have a lot of difficulty getting that through a courtroom. They panicked. They tried to explain it away. They're saying that it's a miracle. I don't think it is. It obviously was not a miracle. I think it is likely that what we should be looking for are two people that had weapons that day. Somebody that was in the audience, somebody that was elsewhere with a rifle. That explains also why, by the way, when I take a look, there's so many adults. There's no UVU kids that were in the mainstream media. Cooper's not even a UVU kid. He's not a TPUS kid. Why were they not able to find UVU students to say what it is that they heard and what they saw that day?
Hello? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hello? But yeah, I think it was all set up, all for it, just to make sure that they take away our rights. Same thing that they did on Twin Tower Day, you know what I'm saying? Same thing they're going to do there, they're going to do now. What they do, they put more restrictions on us. Fuck this over somehow. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Shit, I know what we doing now. I know what we doing now. And with that being said, family, like, thank y'all sticking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all coming out. Y'all have a healthy, wealthy day. You know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to the gods. Good night.
Friends are some of the fakest people you ever have in your life. Because friends will never allow you to just be yourself. Oh, man, nigga, you sound like you're getting weak. Oh, man, you sound like you get... They ain't gonna let you say, man, I'm hurt right now, homie. I feel like hurt. They gonna go tell somebody, man, nigga talking about killing himself. So, friends don't check on nobody. Family. Family go check on your family. Because friends have to fake with one another. Friends have to be fake in order for us to be real friends. I can't tell you, nigga, you wrong when you wrong.
I felt that! My bad. That shit hit me. That shit hit me, man. That shit touched me on another level.
Homie, friends don't let each other be who they really want to be, my nigga. I got to be who you want me to be so we can remain friends. If I tell you I don't like this, I don't want to kick that nigga, I don't want to rob that nigga, and we from the same hood, but we friends. I can't go against my friend because my friend gonna quit me. So if I'm really your friend, I can tell you no. I can tell you I don't like this. I don't want to do this. Say, homie, I'm on the phone with my girl. Can you cut this down? And you don't say, oh, man, nigga caking on the phone. My friend understand this is my girl. So when he heard me talking to my girl, he cut the music down. Without shaming me. Friends wake up every day to shame one another. Why do you want me to believe when you call me, homie, and we Jones and high side? What friends do with each other. But man, my family ain't gonna do this. So I build a family away from a family, nigga.
We had a saying where we would be like, peace, be safe. But then we heard Nipsey say, stay dangerous. And I never understood it. But then when I finally understood it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Stay dangerous. Because when you are, you're aware. If you're part of the danger, you can see the danger around you as well. You have to stay dangerous. Because if we're not, we're going to get caught unaware. And then we're just a pawn being used. When you carry yourself like a king, you will be.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.